Hey everyone, this is Social Dissonance, also known as Shepard. Today I'll be doing a sword and shield tutorial against the Uragaan in the arena. This will be offline. I chose this quest because it's yet another quest where the sword and shield has a slight advantage over a number of the other weapons. The reason being in this quest is because Uragaan is extremely weak to poison, as I may or may not have pointed out in my other tutorials. Again, as you could probably tell, I'm not in Let's Play mode yet. I think this is maybe the longest delayed LP ever, but then again, at least I'm doing something. This is actually the first video in my new place. It was mostly just a video done to see if I would actually be able to record videos with my HD PVR on my laptop, and apparently the laptop is powerful enough. The HD PVR actually has a hardware encoder for the three formats that it'll record in, so you really shouldn't need a very powerful computer at all, and apparently you don't. So really the basic strategy for Uragaan is to just circle around behind him to where the back of his feet are, or his stomach, and just do a quick 5 to 6 hit combo with the sword. You only do KO damage with the shield, you cannot actually do any poison damage with the shield. So your focus should just be to get off as many sword hits as possible on the soft parts. If for whatever reason you can't get us... Oh! Sorry guys, I had a phone call there, I just edited that out. If for whatever reason you cannot hit him in his soft part, either the back of his feet or on his stomach, getting off a bounce hit on him in this fight is actually acceptable because you have Razor Sharp. The weapon they give you, I think it's the Shadow Saber, maybe it's the Toxic Saber, I don't know. It has a lot of sharpness, so you should only really have to sharpen once a fight, even if you occasionally bounce. So just a little note about the equipment they give you in this arena. You have 2 large barrel bombs, or actually I take that back, 3 large barrel bombs, 2 flash bombs, and a shock trap. And you really want to save that shock trap and the 2 flash bombs for really the 3rd through 5th poisonings. You could actually, if you're really crazy, you can wait for the 4th through 6th, but it's depending on how constant you are actually hitting him, you may never actually get off that last 6th poison. I guess it kind of depends if he gets exhausted or not. I haven't really been doing a very good job counting how many times he's poisoned. I know he's been poisoned at least once. His tolerance goes up fairly slowly for someone that's so weak to the element or to the status that he's receiving. Yeah, he's definitely poisoned there. Sometimes you're lucky and it'll come off like really quickly. It's got a bit of a random percentage. I think the mathematics behind it, let me see if I can remember this. It has something to do with the total status on the weapon. So this is a little strange. The higher the status is on the weapon, I believe the more likely it is to proc, and of course the more actual status damage it does. Again, you just take that total status damage for this one, let's just assume it's about 300. Every time you hit him and the poison blast goes off, that's 30 poison damage added to his total tolerance. Until it actually goes off, in which case it should go back down to 0. A good question, this is another one for you fans, maybe who have a lot of time on your hands to test this out, maybe with like a Kuropeka or a Jaggy or something, is if he will start accumulating new poison damage while he still has poison damage active. My guess is no, but of course I have not extensively tested that yet. Sometimes it's difficult to get off the exact combo you want for the sword and shield, only because the attacks come out so quickly you'll accidentally do the shield bash. But the real combo you should be focusing on, if you already have your weapon out, is just, what is it? The normal combo 3 times. So what is it? XXX, then AA for the horizontal and then vertical, and I don't think this is going to hit his tail, but I'm going to try. Oops. And then plus for the final spinning slash. And that should get you about 6 hits off. And this is really one of the guys that, if you take your time, this isn't going to sound like it makes sense, but it really is. If you take your time, you're going to beat him a lot faster than if you rush. Because if you rush, all of his moves are very predictable, but if you're not really focusing on dodging his moves, he's going to hit you with them, and then you're not only rolling around, you're on fire, you have to drink mega potions and whatnot. Where really, like, with the sword and shield especially, you're so mobile and you could block just about everything that if you just, like, take the time to see what move he's telegraphing, you should not really be hit by much of anything. Like, I'm not even sure if I've needed to use a Mega Potion at this point. I mean, you know, clearly when he's in rage mode, he moves and he attacks so much faster that, you know, sometimes it's unavoidable. Or if you're, like, you're in a corner, or, you know, you accidentally hit something that you're going to bounce off of. But see, like, even that fire damage, like, that does a ton of damage. Like, that would really just destroy you if you actually got hit full on with that. But if you just block it, like, you just take, like, a little bit of chip damage. It's really no big deal at all. And so, I mean, really, I guess the rest of this video is just going to be me performing the same strategy over and over again. Whoa. Okay, yeah, when he does his, I don't even know what you want to call that, whirligig move, spinning around in circles move, you kind of want to save your dive for the very last moment, because if you're not extremely familiar with the way he's going to go, and especially in this kind of like small, closed-in area, it can be a little confusing at times. If you save your dive for the very last minute, even if he would have normally hit you, you should be able to roll right past it, or dive right past it. Okay, I'm getting a little sloppy now, kind of not following my own advice. That's okay. So I should have some free time tomorrow, I should have some free time on Thursday, and maybe even a couple hours on Friday. And hopefully somewhere in that time I'll be able to start putting together the OP for the thread on Something Awful. With any luck, that'll actually happen. I don't know. My Photoshop skills are about as extensive as my video editing skills. Actually, my video editing skills are probably better at this point. But I guess I'll have to try and put together some sort of title screen or something. Yeah, and again, just a little note. Just block. I mean, even if you think you might be able to dodge it, let's say you're 50-50 on being able to dodge a move. You know, don't take the risk and just block it instead, because really, as you can see, like when he hits you, it does a ton of damage. When you block, it does nearly zero. Yeah, back to the LP. Yeah, I mean, I guess I probably would have tried to start a little bit earlier. A little confession: I play StarCraft 2, and ever since Retail came out, I guess I probably worked a little bit harder on playing that and laddering up than I have for this. I can at least say some good things about that, is I finally made it to Diamond Rank the other day. Of course, once you actually get to Diamond, you start playing with people that are really, really serious and not just cannon rushing you, so you can easily counter that. So you have to actually start learning to play really well. So I don't know if maybe I'll do a video or two of StarCraft 2. I know that might seem a little odd to everyone who's just watching this channel for Monster Hunter videos, but it might be kind of fun to see it just as a little change of pace. For those of you curious, I play as Zerg, and I really enjoy it. They have a really fun mechanic. So in a case, back to actually on topic, back to Uragaan. A little note about those little bombs that he shoots out. I guess you call them rocks or bombs or whatever have you. They damage him too. So as long as you're careful to not get hit by them yourself, you can use them to your advantage. Try to lead him into them, and hopefully he'll actually get damaged by them rather than you get damaged by them. And here he is exhausted. This is an excellent opportunity. No matter how many times you've poisoned him before, you should almost always be able to get off one last poison like this. Again, just focusing on that standard combo of slashes. And about the Super Chin move, you might have been noticing me throughout the video. Always block that. It almost always lets you get off a nearly full combo once you recover from the stun. But yeah, a little note about Uragaan when he's exhausted is he will tip over on his side, and really what you should be aiming for there, unless you really want to break the chin or the tail, is aim for the stomach. Again, the stomach is the weakest part of Uragaan. And it's kind of easy if you're using the sword and shield, because that's pretty much the only area you can hit without bouncing, so you'll kind of naturally lean towards attacking that. I think a little challenge for anyone else who's watching this video is I'd like to know what other times you've had with Uragaan with the other weapons, because I think I'm going to kill him extremely quickly with this weapon, And it would be interesting to see which other weapons you'd be able to take him down with. I don't think the bowgun would really be able to do it. You're also given the long sword and the hammer, but I really think in this case, 11 minutes and 8 seconds, that's going to be a very tough time to beat. I think 18 minutes is qualifying. So in any case, I'll be working on a lot of things very soon. Hopefully you'll see them all out. But until next time, good luck and have a good hunt.